Yes, people, welcome back to No Filter TS with myself, TS. Now, the first thing I want to talk about is Nuno Espirito Santo. He was only in the Tottenham job for 4 months, and yeah, he got the sack. I see expressions after the United game saying that Nuno needs to get the P45, and he got it. And it's funny because I remember after the first few games, Tottenham looked like they were on stuff. I remember them beating City. And at the point where they had to come to the Emirates to play Arsenal, I was thinking, ooh, like they might do a thing here. And then since then, it's been a downward spiral for them. And you know, at the time of recording this, the Conte thing hasn't been announced, but Fabrizio has basically said that the contract will be signed tomorrow, and Conte will be coming in on a contract until June 2023. So it's a bit of an L1W for Tottenham. Obviously, everyone's calling that Tottenham United game El Sacico. United turned over Tottenham, but now Tottenham's got a good manager, and a manager that would definitely, in my opinion, be able to get performances out of the likes of Harry Kane, Son, Bergwijn, Mora. Well, to be fair, no disrespect to Mora or Son in this, because they've actually been some of the better performing players in that Tottenham side. But try up the performances from Kane, Bergwijn, Dele Alli. Tottenham do definitely have some players that can cause problems. But I think Conte will come in there, probably try to revert them to a back three, and there will be a bit pragmatic ish, but there's players within that squad that Conte will work with and improve. And it's a shame because I think for clubs like Arsenal, United, it kind of gives Spurs a bit of, if Conte does sign, it gives them some potential that for them to potentially push for a top four finish. Moving on to Arsenal, obviously another good win against Leicester, and with all this talk about Conte going to Spurs, some fans are saying, "Oh, but Arteta's doing a good job," and it's like he's we've done well for the last few games. I think after that Palace game, many people, including myself, were saying we can see Vieira's plan with the team. We can't see our plan. And things will change, and we've played well since then. And like I said, for Arteta, he can only keep doing things on a game by game basis. You can't really be like, oh, there was a stage at the beginning of the season after the first few games where I was like, oh, maybe he needs to go. Since then, we've seen some better levels of performances, and for me, I think the only way Arteta can win many fans over is by the team performing week in, week out. At least over the next 2 to 3 months. So we just see, an actual effort on the pitch from the players. Obviously, we got games like Liverpool coming up, which, some fans will say, "Oh, that's a write-off," and it's like, no, they drew with Brighton the other day. There's no reason why we can't get a draw with them. That's the mentality that needs to be instilled in these players at the club. So, yeah, it'll be interesting. Obviously, when Conte gets announced, because there's no other 100 other managers Spurs seem to be talking to this time. I will talk again in regards to it, but I think it's a good move for Spurs and for Arsenal. I see some people saying we're back, top four's on, and you know, and in my personal opinion, you got Liverpool, City, Chelsea, United's up and down. Everyone knows that the Oli sacking's inevitable. Nuno's now been sacked. Leicester's up and down. We just beat them. West Ham's playing in Europe. Everton's playing in Europe. And I said this from the beginning of the season. If there's a season to push for a top four finish, it's this season. And it's down to the manager and the players to be aiming for that. None of this edu talk about there's no targets. There is a target. Aim for top four. If we miss out on top four, we should hopefully finish within the top six, and then we're back into Europe at least for next season. So yeah, for me it's a game by game basis for Arsenal, but we are starting to see positives since the change in formation, and we just have to keep it moving. on a game by game basis, and we just take each game as it comes. So yeah, that's it from me. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and if you haven't already done so, hit that subscribe button now, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.